Welcome back to another episode of English with Luna. I'm really happy you're here. Seriously. Today's episode is a little bit different. We're going to slow down. I mean, really slow down. So if you're tired or your mind feels a little noisy, this is your time to just breathe, relax, and listen. This one's for beginners. A1, A2 level. But honestly, it's for anyone who wants to practice English without stress. No pressure, no grammar rules, no you must repeat after me. Just soft English, stories, and a bit of motivation. So grab your coffee or tea, find a comfy place, and let's listen together. You don't have to understand every single word. Just enjoy the sound. Let your ears get used to English. Slowly, gently, like background music. All right, ready? Let's start. You know, when people start learning English, they often think they need to understand every single word. Like, every single word. And that's when frustration starts. But here's something I've noticed. Even native speakers don't understand every word all the time. Sometimes we miss a phrase, or someone speaks too fast, or they have a strong accent. And that's okay. That's part of real communication. When I listen to people talk, even here in New York, I don't focus on the words first. I focus on the feeling, the rhythm, the emotion behind what they say. That's what I want you to do when you practice English. Instead of trying to translate everything in your head, try to feel the language. Let your brain relax a little. It actually listens better when you're not forcing it to. I remember once I was sitting in a small cafe and the couple next to me was speaking in Italian. I had no idea what they were saying, but I could tell exactly what was going on. Their tone, their hands, their laughter. Everything told me the story. And that's when it hit me. Listening isn't just about words. It's about understanding the music of speech. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, take a deep breath. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just focus on my tone, my rhythm, my pauses. That's what slow listening really means. When you train your ears to enjoy English sounds instead of fearing them, something magical happens. You begin to understand naturally. Not word by word, but meaning by meaning. And that's where fluency begins. And hey, if sometimes you zone out, that's fine too. It happens to everyone. What matters is that you keep coming back, keep listening, and let the language become familiar, like background music that slowly becomes your favorite song. After that, I found something new, something that changed the way I listen. It's called shadowing. But don't worry, it's not as mysterious as it sounds. Basically, I just started repeating what I heard. Not perfectly, not with pressure, just copying sounds, like when you sing along to a song you love. At first, it was weird. I remember whispering quietly, trying to follow the person's voice, sometimes a bit too late, sometimes completely lost. At first, it was weird. I remember whispering quietly, trying to follow the person's voice, sometimes a bit too late, sometimes completely lost. But it felt fun. It made me feel closer to English, like I was part of the conversation, even if no one was there. And little by little, something changed. My mouth started to move differently. Words felt smoother, easier. It was like my brain finally stopped translating and just started flowing. So now, every time I listen to something in English, a podcast, a song, even a random video, I try to repeat small parts. Not to be perfect, but to feel the language. Because when you repeat, you don't just listen, you connect. You know what's funny? A lot of people think shadowing means repeating words like a robot, but that's not it at all. Shadowing is about feeling the rhythm of the language, not just copying sounds. When I was younger, I used to watch people talk, actors, speakers, even my friends, and I would notice how their voices moved, not just what they said, but how they said it. That's what shadowing really is. It's about catching the music behind the words. If you listen carefully, every language has its own melody. Spanish, for example, sounds like a beautiful song, soft and connected. English is different. It has this bounce. It goes up and down like waves. And when you start shadowing that rhythm, slowly, calmly, you begin to sound more natural without even trying. I remember one student who used to shadow my podcast every morning while making breakfast. She told me she didn't even realize how much she'd improved until one day she just started thinking in English. That's the magic of shadowing. It sneaks into your brain in the best way possible. So here's what I want you to try next. Don't rush. Don't repeat like a machine. Just listen to the flow. Maybe even close your eyes for a few seconds and let your voice follow mine softly, like an echo. No pressure, no stress. Just a calm moment with the language. That's the kind of practice that actually builds fluency. Quiet, gentle, and consistent. And honestly, kind of beautiful, right? You know, sometimes people ask me, Luna, what's the fastest way to learn English? And I always smile, because the truth is, there's no fast way. There's only the real way. Listening, feeling, and repeating, slowly. When you slow down, you actually move faster. You start to understand, not just memorize. You start to feel confident, not scared. And you start to enjoy English as something beautiful, not something difficult. Luna tip time! Okay, here's your Luna tip for today. Don't measure your progress by how many words you learn. Measure it by how calm and happy you feel when you listen. If you understood just one more sentence today, that's a win. If English feels a little easier, that's another win. Learning slowly is still learning. So remember, take a deep breath, smile, and keep going. English is not a race. It's your journey. And I'll be right here with you, step by step, or maybe purr by purr. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also learning English. I really hope you enjoyed spending this time with me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.